Welcome to the latest video from Zambesi Mission. My name's Mike Beresford. This time I've asked Ruth McBain to share the latest news from Malawi and northern Mozambique. Ruth is one of our honorary representatives. She's also a specialist for our Malawian partner, Children for Christ Ministry, or CFCM for short.
Thank you for your prayers for the people of Malawi. Throughout the coronavirus pandemic, we've been extremely concerned about its impact there. The population is very vulnerable with high levels of malnutrition, HIV and other diseases such as tuberculosis and malaria. Malawi's health services are also very basic, particularly in rural areas where the majority of people live. During July, the number of confirmed COVID cases was rising rapidly. We shared a video of Dr. Jane Malewa from the College of Medicine in Blantyre, who expressed her fears that the situation was going to escalate rapidly and that the health services would be overwhelmed. The number of cases has now risen to 5,690 confirmed cases, with very sadly 177 deaths. But crucially, the number of positive tests have been declining from a peak of 664 per week in July down to 147 at the end of August. The rate of hospital admissions and deaths have also followed this trend. The reasons why the outbreak did not escalate uncontrollably are unclear. Malawi's young population seems to be a significant factor. Connected to this is the possibility that only a limited proportion of its population develop severe forms of COVID-19. A research study looking at 150 healthcare workers in Blantyre found that 10% tested positive, yet all were asymptomatic. Ultimately, we give thanks to God that Malawi has so far been spared the devastation we feared. Despite the reducing severity of the virus, we know that the danger has not yet passed. As a result, we would ask that you continue to pray for God's protection. We remain committed to providing protective equipment for the Zambesi Evangelical Church's health workers for the foreseeable future. You will already know about the situation at the Evangelical Bible College of Malawi, EBCOM. The college was closed as a result of coronavirus in March. During this time, the Governing Council concluded that the increasing gap between what it spends and the income it receives could no longer be sustained. The vast majority of the college's Malawian lecturers decided to accept voluntary redundancy. Not long afterwards, the principal, Robert Masakamu, resigned from his post. As a result, at the end of August, we said farewell to all but one Malawian lecturer. The council agreed to invite that lecturer, Pastor Moulton Demester Kalima, to act as principal. Pastor Kalima does not have much management experience, but he will be ably supported by our field director, Simon Chikwana, and other council members. The council have now agreed to reopen EBCOM in October with social distancing measures. This will allow all the existing students to complete the courses that had been interrupted when the college closed in March. Their plan is to complete the outstanding teaching using a combination of missionary and part-time lecturers. The aim is then for the college to start the new academic year in January. Despite these positive steps, there remains great uncertainty over the future of EBCOM, and we would greatly appreciate your continuing prayers. Please pray for the students and teaching staff as classes restart in October. It'll be a very unusual experience for them all. Please also pray for spiritual wisdom and discernment as the college seeks God's will about the priorities for the next academic year, and for the steps that need to be taken to recruit new members of staff. Our aim is always to support EBCOM as it trains and prepares men and women for gospel ministry in the church in Malawi, Mozambique, and even globally. In other news, we're pleased to say that our office is being staffed on a regular basis again. Office manager Charlotte Dunning is now working from the office every week. But like many other Christian charities at present, coronavirus has impacted giving to the mission. We've therefore felt the need to take prudent steps to minimise expenditure between now and the end of the year. At our executive committee meeting earlier in September, we decided to temporarily suspend a small number of ministries. Whilst this will affect Bible distribution, bicycles for pastors, and church roofs, the majority of the mission's other work has not been affected. But we would ask that you pray that the Lord would provide the necessary funds to enable these ministries to restart.
Thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to get in touch if you'd like us to speak at one of your church services or midweek meetings. As I close, I reflect back on the words of Psalm 91. We found these so reassuring at the beginning of the pandemic. Whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. I will say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God, in whom I trust. Amen.